Hey there guys, so today we're talking about the 25th anniversary edition of Full Metal Jacket on Blu-ray. And just look at this. You know what? I'll be right back, okay? Who's making all that noise? Which one was it? I will PT both of you until you puke blood! Was it you, you scrawny little shit?
No, sir!
What? I can't hear you!
No, sir!
Where are you from, Private?
Indiana, sir!
Indiana? The only thing that comes from Indiana are corn cobs and retards, and you don't look like a corn cob to me! From now on, I'm gonna call you Private Corn Cob! Show me your war face! Sir? Your war face! Ah! Ah! Work on it! What is so funny? You have 5 seconds to wipe that disgusting smirk off your face! 1, 2, 5! Now choke yourself, scumbag! No, with my hand! Don't touch my hand, lean into it! Now, can I do my Blu-ray review?
Sir, yes, sir.
Alright, I'm back. Okay, you know, all I have to say is thank God for little brothers, you know? You get to use them as slave labor and extras. So anyway, back to the 25th anniversary edition of Full Metal Jacket, and this is a digibook, and this is also a Blu-ray and DVD. And with the DVD, you have this really cool documentary that I've never seen, and it's called the Stanley Kubrick's Boxes. And what it is you have this guy, and he goes to the Stanley Kubrick home a few years after Kubrick dies, and there's all these boxes there, and nobody knows what's in them for sure. And so all of a sudden this guy starts going through all these boxes, and it takes him like 5 years to go through like 1,000 boxes. Anyway, it's really interesting stuff, and by the way, you learn some very weird things about Stanley Kubrick. The guy was very odd. He used to write these little memos to his assistant like, I want to find out what the barometric pressure was last Friday, and what the average barometric pressure is all year around. Oh, and by the way, I want 3 melons. And if I ever get down to 3 melons, go out and buy me some more, but never less than 3 melons. That's all true. Watch it. It's very interesting. Anyway, I'll show you what the inside of this thing looks like. You open it up, and it's all in color. And look how awkward I'm holding this. So anyway, you open this thing up, and there's a lot of production, set design, Stanley Kubrick. Mary Jane Rottencrotch and her pink little panties! Anyway, I love this edition. I love the artwork on here. I mean, look at that. It's nice and thick. You can trust it. And the artwork on this is the same as the last Blu-ray release, which the transfer is also the same. But I will say, thank God they went back and retransferred this, because the original release of this movie on Blu-ray was this. This came out in 2006. It was one of the, you know, earlier Blu-rays. And this is what I like to call a slack-jaw, lazy transfer. And this just looks awful on Blu-ray. If you guys have ever seen this Blu-ray, it's disgusting. They try to do a lot of DNR on it, but their DNR process look like digital noise, and it looks like an up-converted DVD. It's very soft, and I'm not talking about the filmic look of softness. I'm talking about low-resolution softness. You are nothing! You are scum! Your ass belongs in the trash! I'm not really going to throw it away. I'm actually going to trade it in for like another Blu-ray or something. I don't know. Like I said before, this is the same transfer that you guys got a few years back. So it's the same PQ, same audio. But I will say the PQ in this movie, even though it's the same as before, with some nicer packaging and a documentary DVD included. And this is a Stanley Kubrick classic in my opinion. This is one of his best films. And Stanley Kubrick as a director, he's very odd, he's a very bizarre guy, but he's very detail-oriented, and he likes to take his time. Sometimes in post-production, he spends about 2 to 3 years just taking pictures, getting ready. The story of Full Metal Jacket follows some young guys from boot camp all the way into Vietnam, and it's really, I don't know, a character study. It shows how people change and evolve during war. Now, the first 45 minutes of this movie blow me away. That's where you have all the characters in boot camp, and you have Ermey, who basically steals the entire movie. who was actually a real-life Vietnam veteran and a drill sergeant. And in this movie, he plays drill sergeant, or gunnery drill sergeant Hartman. And in this movie, he actually wasn't intended or cast as the original drill instructor in the movie. They actually had some other guy set to do it, but then Ermey came along, and somebody seen an audition tape of him standing there just for 20 minutes spitting off crazy one-liners and all kinds of other bullshit, as I think they're throwing tennis balls at him. And Stanley Kubrick seen that, and they're like, yep, I don't know. I don't know if I like the guy. My TV just shut off. You know what? I don't care. But that audition tape still didn't get Ermey the part of the drill instructor in the movie. So when he was going over to Stanley Kubrick was sitting there, and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to give you the part. And Ermey's like, you stand up when you talk to me. And then Stanley Kubrick stood up, and then he's like, you know what? You got the part. And also, to keep praising Ermey, that guy is a machine. Stanley Kubrick's notorious for making people do retake after retake, but I heard in this movie he did the least amount of retakes on any film that Kubrick's worked on because he nailed the lines every single time. Anyway, Full Metal Jacket's a badass Vietnam movie. It really shows the deepness and the darkness and the grittiness of Vietnam, and there's just something about that war and that time period that always fascinated me, and this is one of my favorite Vietnam movies. I'd say my top three would probably be Full Metal Jacket, Apocalypse Now, and Born on the 4th of July. Even though Born on the 4th of July doesn't really dive into the battle scenes, but I really enjoy the aftermath of a soldier coming home and everyone kind of shitting on him. It's reality. It's dark, it's gritty, but that's what I love. So anyway, guys, that was my Blu-ray review for the 25th anniversary edition of Full Metal Jacket. Definitely, if you don't own it, check it out, watch it, and it looks great on Blu-ray. And by the way, before I go, I have a question for you. What is your favorite war movie of all time? You know, if I really had to pick one, I'm going to say Saving Private Ryan. That opening battle sequence on Normandy Beach, it blows me away every time. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Whose poster is this? This movie sucks!